Hi, I'm Lazu. Unfortunately, we're having a conversation today about a very critical issue. And the issue is about causes of death among our people. Surely everyone's aware of the fact that we're going through a pandemic, and those numbers are incredibly high, perhaps becoming a challenge for heart disease to be up there in the highest numbers in the entire country for cause of death. However, that's a category that's set up by the CDC. However, there's another killer that's not put among that category, but has a separate category altogether that's even a greater threat to our people, and that is the issue of us not preserving our own children. We're taking their lives through abortion. That is a great number, equaling, if not surpassing, the pandemic deaths. And this is not because something that is a virus or something that is impacting us. No, this is a willful act among ourselves to do this. Most importantly, what does that compare to everything else? Well, self-preservation is a key issue. We must preserve ourselves as a people. Sure, are there differences among our people, how things should exist? Of course. But we all must preserve ourselves. That's the reason in 2020, in the summer, you saw all of our people protesting, marching, because of the killing of our people who were unarmed by police officers. That's right, we had no problem going out there and screaming out loud, Black Lives Matter. However, that's an issue that only appears to be a complete understanding because there's more to our lives than the police killing us. We know that our people are being killed in greater numbers among ourselves. Our people killing our own people. That's also Black lives that must matter. Now we talk about abortion. Even more critical issue, the numbers are far greater than any other number when it comes to cause of death. And that's why we're having this discussion. We must put priority in preserving our people's lives in all facets of their lives, from conception and before they go to the tomb. We have to have that perspective if we are to grow, if we're to grow as a nation, as a people. Remember, we have a big economy, approximately $2 trillion of spending power. That number could have almost doubled had we had not taken the lives of the millions of our people. We have to think more seriously about ourselves as a people and put aside our selfishness, put aside the convenience of abortion as if actually was a means to prevent pregnancy. No, it is not a preventive, it is an actual assault on a human life. And we must consider this with greater concern because politically speaking, we could have far more greater political power rather than having 50 members in Congress. Numbers could have even had been almost double that amount if we would have preserved the lives of our people. Imagine having twice the number of members in Congress today. We would have more influence, have more power in Congress than we have today. But we continue to remain in a minority status because our participation willingly to abort our children, we must change how we think. And then we have not even talked about the financial aspect, that we are actually giving away trillions of dollars by putting our children to death, money that would have great prosperity, not just for individual families, but all of us as a nation. So I tell you right now, it is critical that we look at this with more seriously, not the way the Republicans or the Democrats look at it. That's their concern. Just because we are, a lot of us, in the party with the Democrats, doesn't mean that party means good for you. Life is life, and that's all there is to it. You don't have the right to take anyone else's life, including your unborn child. None of us do. They tell you that you have a right to do that. They lie to you because they want you to remain a small minority. This way they can control you and use you as votes in Washington to get what they want. while your children are being killed in public by the police officers, and at the same time, they're allowing your children to kill each other publicly against each other and saying that there is no solution. They tell you there's no solution to that, and that means that you have to live with that terrible situation because they don't want to provide a solution. My name is Lazu. I'm letting you know we do have a solution. And the solution is to look at ourselves more clearly, be critical to our actions and our behavior, and make sure that what we do truly does preserve our people. We must preserve the life of our people, whether it's through the police or self-killing with just violence amongst each other. But most importantly, the greatest cause of death of our people is abortion. We must stop it, bring an end to it, because there are many solutions that can be had. Just because life came into your life unexpectedly doesn't mean you have a right to get rid of it. It doesn't belong to you to make that choice. It took two people to make that child. The lie that is your body, it is not your body that you're killing. You're killing the body of another human being that's inside of you. Not your life, someone else's life. Their body, not your body. You don't have that right when it took two people to make that child. Remember, we preserve ourselves. As we preserve ourselves, we're going to go in the 2022 elections, changing the way things are taken in Washington for our people. If other people want to disperse their family, that's their concern. We have to preserve ourselves. The Holly Party is a political party that I work with. This is the party that our people created. It's led by us who need to get things accomplished. Not other people's agenda, our agenda. And the number one issue for preservation of our lives is keeping our children alive.